This was no fault of the doctor. This is all my fault. I should have been more careful. I should have looked more carefully. Instead, I ruined about a year and a half of my life.
Hi folks, it's Uranus, and today I want to make a video about Furiouspete and how he ruined the last 18 months of his life doing a simple mistake in his testosterone replacement therapy. If you don't know Furiouspete, he's a really famous YouTuber with 5 million subscribers. He started his YouTube journey back in the MSN days, filming himself with a calculator, eating weird stuff like an entire lemon and doing food challenges. He grew into a competitive eater and a fitness influencer, and if you watch some of his videos, he's a really pretty funny, cool and hilarious dude. Now, me and Pete have something in common, as fitness both saved our lives. Furiouspete used to suffer from body dysmorphia and anorexia. He was actually hospitalized because of his condition, but fitness allowed him to turn his life around and to transform into a beast and an incredible physique and a positive mindset. Unfortunately, life can be a real cunt, and he had to deal with testicular cancer. He had to go through chemotherapy, radiotherapy and 2 surgeries. I really feel sorry for the guy because he really had a rough ride in the last years of his life. Eventually, he beat the cancer, but in the process, he lost 2 of his testicles. So no more testicles, no testosterone. So he had to go on hormonal replacement therapy.
2 years almost without nuts down there. Every single week I inject testosterone because I literally have zero producing in my body, and that is the most important male hormone.
So this is another thing that me and Pete have in common. We will both be on hormonal replacement therapy for the rest of our lives because we do not produce any testosterone anymore. Now, he made a huge mistake in his treatment and it completely messed him up for 18 months. In the past year, if you look in his account, he hasn't been uploading a lot of videos and he hasn't been active anymore, and he explains why in a short video called "What Happened to Me?" Let's watch it together and see where it all went wrong for Furiouspete.
Over the past year, I've been getting asked, what happened to Furiouspete? What happened to all your muscle? What happened to all your videos? For those not familiar, testosterone is the most important hormone in a male. It doesn't just affect your muscle and strength. It affects everything in your body, from hair to skin, to the way your brain thinks, whether you are fatigued, can concentrate, whether you are happy or depressed. So in 2019, after my last battle with testicular cancer, I was left with no nuts, meaning zero testosterone production. I had to go on testosterone replacement therapy, steroids, for the rest of my life in order to function. Initially, I was put on 1 testosterone. About a year and a half ago, that testosterone went on back order, so I was switched to another testosterone. Up until a few weeks ago, I couldn't figure out why I was losing all my muscle, why I had no confidence whatsoever, i.e. no videos, why I couldn't go to the gym. Turns out I needed double of this new testosterone in order to be at the same level as I was with the other one. This was no fault of the doctor. This is all my fault. I should have been more careful. I should have looked more carefully. Instead, I ruined about a year and a half of my life.
So first things first, his mistake was that he only took half of the testosterone that was prescribed to him. So he lives in Canada and there was a shortage in his brand of testosterone. He had to switch to another one. But he didn't check the concentration, or perhaps he didn't realize that it was different. Here is a recent example I found on Reddit. Now, the vial on the right has a higher concentration than the vial on the left. If you're not careful, you could be injecting yourself with more than what you want or with less than what you want. In Furiouspete case, he didn't notice, but he was actually just injecting half of the testosterone that he was supposed to put in his body. So the point of hormonal replacement therapy is to replicate your natural hormones as much as possible without being on a roller coaster of highs and lows. Of course, that doesn't work if you only take half of what you're being prescribed to. Like he says, testosterone is a major hormone in a man. It affects your muscle mass and your ability to build muscle, your strength, your libido and the condition of your guy down there. It's also important for your joints, for your bones, for your hair, for your teeth, and also the metabolites of testosterone like DHT or estrogen will also completely be out of whack if your testosterone is too low. Then you have all the mental aspects of low testosterone, the lack of confidence, the easy irritability, instability, depression, low energy, This stuff dictates your life, and I totally can understand that he was feeling like shit for the past 18 months if he was only taking half of what he was supposed to take. That's also why he hasn't uploaded a lot of videos recently and he hasn't been active a lot. If the mind and the body aren't doing well, it affects all aspects of life. What I don't understand is how a guy so well informed as Furiouspete could make such a simple mistake. I mean, the guy has been making videos for years now talking about his cancer treatment, his condition, his HRT treatment. On top of his own research, he probably had a truckload of conversations with an endocrinologist and with doctors about the unfortunate consequences of having no more testicles. He probably is being followed by an oncologist and an endocrinologist, on top of blood work every 3 months. If there is one guy we can assume is well informed about hormonal replacement therapy, it's Furiouspete. Yet simple mathematics got the better of him and somehow he only reacted after 18 months of feeling like garbage. There must be more to this story. What I think is unfortunately due to his mistake and the lack of testosterone into his body, he fell back into depression. Low testosterone can really fuck up your life pretty significantly, and trust me, I know what I'm talking about because I lived with almost zero testosterone for more than 10 years. The mental aspects can get really ugly, and unfortunately once you're in your bubble of depression, it's really extremely difficult to get out. You're almost a different person, you're no longer yourself. Especially for someone that already had to deal with mental illness, with body dysmorphia, and is a cancer survivor. Low testosterone could really send you back into depression. The battlefield here is his mind. When your body feels like shit and your mind feels like shit, it's very easy to let that enemy inside take control over you. He probably knew something was off.
As I'm recording this, I'm remembering I forgot my shot again. That's been a problem the whole year. I keep forgetting to do the shots. It's insane how you feel when you miss a shot. When you have no natural testosterone being made in your body and you miss a shot, I feel tired, I feel anxiety, I feel so much more stress. Don't want to do the things that I always want to do. I'm not passionate about a lot of things. I want to sleep more sometimes. You simply just know when you missed a shot. When those things happen, I ask myself, what's wrong? What's wrong with me? Then I remember, I forgot to take a shot.
This video was posted almost 2 years ago, so he knew when his testosterone was off. Yet after switching testosterone brands, it took him 18 months to realize that he was feeling like shit because he was only taking half of it. So I don't think it's the testosterone that messed the last 18 months of his life. I actually think it's depression, because once you fall down there, it's really difficult to get back up. Some of the comments under the video are really stupid. Try to live for 18 months with low testosterone and then tell me if it's all in your head. When you're on hormonal replacement therapy, you have to be disciplined. You establish a protocol that works for you and then you stick to it. Your body doesn't regulate itself anymore. You have to do it. Otherwise, you'll end up being a human roller coaster of emotions and shit. I've been on HRT for the past 7 years of my life and I can count on one hand the number of times I've missed a shot. And all of those times were because I had a drink somewhere and I didn't want to inject myself in that state. What I also don't understand is why it didn't show up in his blood work that his hormones were off. I mean, getting your blood work done regularly within the first 5 years after having cancer, that's just basic stuff, right? Why didn't his doctor notice that his hormones were not good and that he was feeling like garbage? I mean, he said it himself that it ruined the last 18 months of his life. Why didn't nobody notice it? So Pete, if you ever see this, I hope you can get back to where you want to be in life, stay disciplined and stay consistent in your HRT treatment. And please, if you're feeling like shit for 18 months, don't wait too long before talking to somebody about it or going to get some blood work and talking to your doctor about it. Stay strong, my man. Don't let that enemy inside of you get you down. Alright, that's it for today. Let me know what you thought of Furiouspet's story in the comments. Subscribe if you like my content and thank you for watching. Uranus out.